Everybody's goal in Battle Royale should be to win the match at the end, right? That is our overall goal, to get in the positive, get in the top 3, be the final people standing at that final circle. That is, what we like to see at the end of the map. And I'm going to tell you guys what squad build has been the most successful for me over the past 2 months. So we're talking very recent gameplay. There's not been any nerfs or buffs that would affect what I'm about to tell you. And I can say from personal experience that every time I do this, I win, I would say 65 to 70% of the time, and I get in the top 3, maybe top 5 about 85% of the time, which statistically speaking, that is pretty darn good. And if you guys haven't guessed it, because I'm all about the Jackal, the squad build does involve a pilot. So here it is. 1 pilot, 3 capable people on the ground. That is all it takes. Now it seems simple, might seem kind of silly at first, but there are a lot of ins and outs to it that you guys need to realize to make it effective. Because if you just jump right into it, you're not always going to win. But it's still a very strong build, even when you're queuing with randoms, which is why I included the clip you're watching now. So the people I am teamed up with right now, completely random. I have no idea who they are. And to make matters even harder, we are not communicating during this match. Unfortunately, we don't speak the same language. So I am doing my part to provide air support, and they are on the ground. And we do win this match. And it's not that uncommon. I would say when I'm queuing with random teams, I win 50 to 60% of the time. And we get in the top 3 more than that. So when you think about it, the success rate for queuing with people you don't communicate with, there's no coordination, that's pretty insane. Alright, so the Jackal in the air, here are your responsibilities in order to be effective. You have to communicate with your team, if you can, and let them know where all the surrounding enemy teams are. That's the #1 goal right off the bat. So for example, if they drop at the farm, you're going to immediately go to the farm and say, alright, there are 2 squads at the farm. There's one right here, there's one right there. And then you're going to give them play-by-play as much as you can while you try to take those squads out yourself. Because when you're firing from the air, they're not looking around as much as they normally would for people on the ground. They're trying to shoot you out of the sky. And that leaves a window of opportunity for your squad that they wouldn't otherwise have had. Right, so communication to your team, letting them know where all the surrounding people are, if you're able to talk to your teammates, is absolutely vital to being successful. Alright, this is me trying to get that last bot kill because I was greedy. Alright, we're going to hop right into a match where I actually know my team. Alright, so this match, I am queued up with several friends. We have Daisy, Latin, and Then Quit. Then Quit has a YouTube channel. He's fairly new to YouTube, but he has got some talent, and he's got a really likable personality. Wait till you hear his laugh later. It's actually kind of hilarious. Anyways, so we are communicating throughout this entire match. All right, we're letting everybody know where the teams are. I know there's more than one Jackal on this team, but the same rules apply. All right, we are communicating where everyone is on the map. If there's anyone on the ground that has an FHJ, we let our ground team take care of that while we stay away from the area. So I'll give you an example. If there's an FHJ user in Sakura, okay, well, you're either going to stay away from that area until your ground team gets there, or you're going to avoid it altogether while you clean up other parts of the map. And then when you get to the FHJ player, you're just going to be very careful until your teammates on the ground can take them out. And that leaves you free in the air to keep wreaking havoc. Now, I cannot tell you how many times we have killed off all of the live people, and there's still 20 left on the map. Now, I'm not saying we had bot lobbies, because we didn't. We just killed all the live players off so quickly that there are still 20 bots left on the map. And then we just have to wait until the circle gets smaller and smaller, and all the bots eventually die off and the last one spawns. So, if you guys haven't gotten it yet, it's pretty, and I'm not even concentrating on specific class abilities either. I mean, it's whatever you prefer. The main goal is that you have someone who can take care of business and hold their own on the ground. If you have 2 or 3 players that can do that, and you have someone in the air who knows how to fly, knows the rotations, and can take out threats from a distance, it's an incredibly good build. And I cannot tell you how many times that we've come across teams that would probably fry us in seconds, and we've taken them out with no trouble at all.
I'll find out if I die, you know why.
Alright, so finding the Jackal pilots, you know, if you're not going to be one yourself, they are kind of rare, which I'm hoping to change. I hope to see a lot more people in the air, but that also gives you a distinct advantage. Right, most people fly the Jackal as a taxi to get to New Vision City when the flight path is too far away, or they'll fly the Jackal to get somewhere where they want to go, and they'll hop out really fast. That's about 9 out of 10 Jackal pilots, which means if you are a capable pilot and you're able to take people out on a consistent basis, you're going to surprise the map. And when they're surprised, they don't know what to do a lot of the times. Or they'll be very good players and they'll try to fry you, but they're still pointing their guns at the sky. They're not pointing their guns on the ground where your teammates are going to come up and absolutely obliterate them. And I'm not saying things that might happen or could happen. I'm only speaking from experience. This is what I've observed over time using the Jackal with squads. And it's been consistent. So, full disclosure moment, there are so many times where I will, you know, quit the map for whatever reason because I'm trying to provide you guys with really good content. You know, I will exit out or I'll crash because I'm trying to do some crazy stunt, and I'm doing solo squads, which means it's, you know, just insta-death. And I'll lose 50 points, 30 points, you know. That happens to me a lot because I try to do crazy stuff so I can, you know, entertain you guys. Now, with that being said, I've been legendary for a while now, and I don't try at all. I don't really care what my rank is. All I do is log on and try to, you know, get good footage. So that should tell you right there how effective the Jackal can be. Because here's somebody who could care less about their rank. I do win a lot when I'm doing the squad play and I'm really trying, but I also try to fly through bridges. I try to fly through tunnels. I try to weave in and out of trees when I'm trying to take out people in weird ways to be unique. But if you look at my rank, I'm still legendary because the Jackal is consistently a very, very powerful aspect of Battle Royale. Alright, I'm flying over Circus here. Well, that's pretty much it as far as, you know, me explaining why the Jackal and 3 good people on the ground is so overpowered. One of the most interesting aspects of the entire game is not being used as much as it should be. A lot of people have mixed feelings about the Jackal, and they either hate it or they love it, you know, or they think it's unique or they think it's annoying, which, you know, that's safe to say about almost every aspect of the game. You either hate shotguns or you love them. You love to watch people get one shot, but you hate going up against them, you know, or it just depends on what your outlook on the game is. But the fact remains that the Jackal is incredibly powerful, and for those that know how to fly it, it's pretty much the most powerful squad build that I can possibly think of. And I hope to see a lot of you in the air. I really do. Alright guys, that's it for today. See ya.